Alright, I've recorded a lot of games today, but we're gonna keep going. We're playing for Piggyman's Proving Grounds. The games have been very suspicious so far. All decks, all cards must have a 7 and a different number combo. So, we're also playing Zoom, who I think is very, very strong at closed. Is 1887 going to play well? No idea. Let's start with a 7955 or a 7954. I think 7954 feels like a nice sweet spot. Because the 5-4 can cover 9s, and the 7-9 is max power, and the 4-7 can cover 7s. Maybe a 9-7-6-4 now? That seems like the next thing that makes a lot of sense to use. Just skimming cards. Ooh, 1987s. That's the critical card. Alright, gotta find a 1987. I feel like FF15 has them. Where's FF15? Alright, let's go to 1789. Okay. Now maybe a 9764? 9764. Yeah, I was thinking FF9 had one, but 7496 isn't quite what I want. I'd like a corner. 9467. That seems like a nice fit. It's got the plus wall against the 7945 we already included. An 8765. Those are always good. Maybe 7856 is the version I want. Gives me another 7 going up, which isn't great, but I think it plays with the other cards in the hand well. What deck do you think 7856 is in? Pretty sure that's a card. That's 7856. There we go. Okay, and probably need a corner for 1. We could go 9755. We could go an 887. Probably 9755. Let's get a downward 9. So like 5795. Does that exist? Kind of looking for corners for 1 that includes 7s. So 1887 is possible. Maybe we'll go with it. We haven't used a 7955, right? Okay, cool. Just making sure. 3796 could go Gilgamesh. It's not a bad fit. That might be better. Yeah, the 3-6 is going to pick off more than the 5-7 will. Alright, this looks like a hand. Let's go. Everything's working sound-wise, video's on, sweet, okay. Best of luck. And let's look for directional weaknesses. 9 going down, 9 going left, 7 up, 8 right. Can we exploit this? The 7 up. They cover 9s going down? I guess they have just about enough coverage of 1789. But I would love to exploit that. Really love to exploit that. The 7666, while not particularly powerful, has good coverage here. The 7945 is also a little difficult for them. That could be, yeah, tough for them to take. We create other problems. I was thinking if 9, 4, 6, 7, and 3, one of their ways to take it, one of their 7s up is a 7 down, and the other 2 of 6s down. I cover the 7 down, but I do not cover the 6s. 3, 7, 9, 6, and 2, I can recapture with 1, 7, 8, 9 from both 1 and 3, but I don't think that means very much because they have that covered. We gotta find a starter. So say we do start 7, 9, 4, 5 in 7. If they want to set up for 8, they could play 7, 2, 7, 9, and 5. When I feel like my 9, 4, 6, 7 is fantastic. It is both 4 and 8. They could play 1, 7, 9, 7 can't be set up in 8. 4, 8, 7, 7 can't be set up in 8. 7, 8, 6, 5 needs the 7 down. I guess they could do 4, 8, 7, 7, and 5. That would be a bigger problem. That would be annoying, yeah. I don't think I want to walk into that. All right, a thought. If I start with 7, 8, 5, 6 in 1, their only way to take from 2, I have a funny plus wall in 3 that is safe to their hand with 1, 7, 8, 9. They have a few ways to take from 4, but all of them I could play 7, 9, 4, 5, and 7 if I wanted. And that would be safe to their hand. So I think because 1, 7, 8, 9 in 3 is weak to 2, and 7, 9, 4, 5, and 7 is weak to 4, if I start in 1, 2, and 4 are more likely to fill, and they can potentially find safety there later. I'm going to start in 1. And this game was up for soon. A lot of pressure to try to win this game, I think, because ties do count, and if I'm potentially in trouble, I'm potentially, what am I talking about? Yeah, I'm potentially in trouble in the closed. I think Zoom is an awesome closed player. If you see these stats on someone who primarily plays closed random, will it load? We'll see. Yeah, incredible win rate for a player playing closed random. I think he's just a phenomenal closed player. I made some videos about it because he absolutely demolished me. What else is going on? So, yeah. Jeez, I have played a lot of open today. For me, not for like Delhi, but we started with Wavy, then we played Tezuka 4 times, somehow left that match tied up, and now we're playing Zoom. And hopefully we can make something happen. I think we created an interesting problem for them, right? The first move, like, should be trying to create a problem that there is a non-trivial solution to. Because with plausible hands, you're never, like, winning out of the box or anything. And right now it is difficult for them to play in 2 at some point. Maybe I should have looked a little more if they could play a 7-2-7-9 in 5, setting up 7-8-6-5 in 2. But again, they would be left with one exact card that goes in 2 and no more, and I'd have a really nice way to recapture that from 3. So I would probably just go in 4 there. But I might not have a good card to go in 4, so maybe not. But like 9-4-6-7 I could see going there. Just trying to play against their up weakness. If we can run them out of up cards, I think we have a good spot. Alright, so they say I have no counterplay in 3 because they're just going to block it. And that their L in 4 sets up against my most likely move in 2. Which is 1-7-8-9. What if I go 3-7-6-9? 3-7-6-9. If they go 7-6-6-6 and 6, they don't have 5. If they go the 7-6 boy in 4, they do have a threat in 5. So that's probably the more dangerous move. But if they use that card in 4, they have no threat in 6, so I can block 5, and I just have to be careful about 6. And I think my hand can do that. What else could they put in 4? If they put 7-2-7-9 in 4, they have no threat in 5. If they put 7-8-6-5 in 4, they have no threat in 5. If they put 4-8-7-7 in 4, it doesn't take, and they don't have a threat in 5. So I think if I go 3-7-9-6 and 2, they cannot set up an L with a threat in 5. And that should give me things to play against. On the other hand, what's my most likely follow-up? I kind of need to get 1-7-8-9 out of my hand. So if they go in 6, can I play 1-7-8-9 and 9? They can take it, but that gives me potentially a plus in 5. Do I want it? Maybe not. Maybe not. I can also try to get 1-7-8. My problem was if I get 1-7-8-9 out of my hand in 4, I set them up in 5, right? I set up 7-2-7-9 and 5. I think I'm seeing things better this game than I have the previous, though this might be because my hand is better, and it is easier to see things well when your hand is good. 3-7-6-9 and 2, 7-6-6-6 and 6, I think is the main line. I think that's the critical move order. And the problem is I mean, it's at least a tie, I think. My problem is that 9-4-6, if they go 4-8-7-7 and 8 to take my card in 9, I go 9-4-6-7 and 5. I combo because I plus, but they have a plus wall with 7-8-6-5 in 4, and I have the double capture back. But I think in that line, I locked in 2, 3, and 6. So I think I do still win there. They can also combo in 7, and I tie. Okay, so it's not a winning try anyway. I think it's the right move. I don't think it's going to get me a win, but I think it's the right move to make. I think their move was good enough that they should be able to launch to a tie. Yeah. at least I had clarity in my calculation, because I was talking to Smokes earlier while playing some of the other games, talking about like relying on instinct versus calculation. He said this is kind of a stupid dichotomy, and he's right. You know, obviously instinct and calculation are massively combined. You're not doing one or the other. You're always relying on both, and they're always working together. And I was trying to better differentiate what I meant. And I think what I meant was something like, when I'm playing well, I see what I think at least is the critical line, and I see the critical follow-up. And so often early in the game, I'm saying lines that are the entire game. Now, often that line doesn't happen, and it's fine that it doesn't. It's saying, this is the critical try in the position, and here's the most important continuation. And then from there, I can work off secondary variations and see how they work out. But I start with that critical variation and go deep. All right, so they do indeed go there. My issue is that 7, 8, 6, 5 in 4 is annoying. Can I start with what if I start with 9, 4, 6, 7 in 9? I go up 6, 4. If they go 7, 8, 6, 5 in 5, in 4, I have the double capture in 5, and I win. No, just a single capture, but I think does win. Yeah, it does win. Okay, so if I go 9, 4, 6, 7 in 9, they can't go 4. If they go 8, I'm playing 1, 7, 8, 9 in 5. That's double capturing, or single capturing, I guess. I will be up 6, 4, and I guess they can tie if they went 4, 8, 7, 7, and 8. Is there anything I can do tricky there? Don't think so. Okay, so we have the same problem. They tie in 8. They could also block 5, but I'm not scared of that. 1, 7, 8, 9. I think they also play 4, 8, 7, 7, and 8. And the problem is I can play 9, 4, 6, 7. Ooh, no, 9, 4, 6, 7 is better than I thought, because that locks in 9, right? Because I've never flipped 6. So 1, 7, 8, 9, and 9. Oops, chapstick fell on the floor. If they go 4, 8, 7, 7 in 8, they're up 6, 4. I go 9, 4, 6, 7, and 5. They have the plus wall in 4, but I will still have 2, I will have 3, I will have 6, and I will have 9. And so they shouldn't go 4. We already established that. They should go 7. But yeah, no, I have enough cards there. So 1, 7, 8, 9 in 9. They can also go in... They can go in 4. If they go 7, 2, 7, 9, I think I just combo them. I don't think they can get away with that. From 7, 7, 9, 4, 5. If they go 7, 8, 6, 5, that was a win for me if I had 1, 7, 8, 9 in my hand. Is it still a win for me without it? I don't think so. No, maybe. Maybe. I think I can play 7, 9, 4, 5 in 7, and 9, 4, 6, 7 weirdly beats their hand. No, they can play 7, 2, 7, 9, and 8, and I have no captures. Ah, shucks. If I start with 9, 4, 6, 7... No, that's not going to work. If I start with 1, 7, 8, 9, I set them up to play 7, 2, 7, 9, and 5. Yeah, that doesn't work. It would if I forced them to combo more, actually. But I don't. Like, if the combo flipped 1 through 4, then my combo back would be really strong. Oh, it's real close. Real close. Alright, I think I'm going to go with this one, but I think it's all ties. I think they played a nice game. Strong L. But it does have, you know, the one trap. Oh no, I never have 3, so it doesn't have that trap. What am I doing? Oh dear. Oh, today has been a day. You know. Probably should have tried it with 9, 4, 6, 7 then. I think that was the line that posed more problems. Yeah. Should have done it that way. At least I don't think I can possibly have lost this. That's something. I wish I could have taken advantage of all those 7s down, though. It was very close. Very close. So we'll be playing the closed one after this, and that's going to be very dangerous, because Zoom is, I think, as I said, just an incredibly strong closed player. And I think this was very clearly a matchup where I need to do the damage in open, and he needs to do the damage in closed. And if he can win or tie in open, or I can win or tie in closed, that is the key result. Ties do count. I just wrote in a chat where I was saying I don't think I'm going to be able to win this. I wrote, Piggy's not going to be able to win this, because that's where my brain's at right now. It's not working out. So, okay, 4, 8, 7, 7, and 8. This was supposed to be my trap. They go up 6, 4. I play in 5. I capture 3 things. I go up 7, 3. I think I do win there. I'm up 7, 3. They triple capture in 4. They're up 6, 4. I double capture. I win. Okay, so I do have one trap. 7, 8, 6, 5, and 4 is the problem. And I'm very close to winning against that with 7, 9, 4, 5, and 7. But it's not quite there. It is very close. Because my 9, 4, 6, 7 combos 3 of their 4 potential moves, but it does not combo 7, 2, 7, 9, and 8. And tragically, against that move, it doesn't have a single capture, even against that stupid 6 facing out from 7, 6, 6, 6. So, it's close. Probably a better try than I gave it credit for. But not good enough. I do win if they go 7-2, 7-9, and 4, I think. I think I win if they go 4-8, 7-7, and 8. I haven't checked everything in 5, but I suspect I'm pretty good against that as well. Actually, maybe 5 is fine for him. Why would 5 be bad? 5's probably fine. Yeah, don't see the problem with 5 either. Something like 7-2, 7-9, and 5 I think is a tie. So, a few paths to a tie, but a few plausible moves that I think don't work. Alright, they picked up 7-2, 7-9, so I think this has to go in 5. I think the only tie with this card's in 5. So hopefully it goes somewhere else. Because all we want to do is win. We don't want to play well. We do want to play well, though. Alright. Did not consider that. Probably works. Probably works. So I guess I have to play 7, 9, 4, 5, and 5. They go up 6-4, they double capture, I single capture. Or anything else? I don't really have any setups. I didn't create good synergies here. Like I don't have 4, which is a shame. If I started with 9, 4, 6, 7, and 7, they just take 2 things with 7, 8, 6, 5, and I've lost. So I can't do that. If I start with 7, 9, 4, 5 in 7, that actually makes a little more sense. But I can't take anything they put in 5, so we tie, I believe. No, I lose. They just go in 4, and I can't take anything. Right. That was the key reason why another line worked. Don't have 4. Yeah. Alright, well played. I think very nicely handled by Zoom here. I think a good adjacent corner leading to a strong L, and then calculated his way to a tie. Comfortably. And actually, I think I only have the one tie here. So, 7, 9, 4, 5, 5, presumably 7, 8, 6, 5, 4, 9, 4, 6, 7, 7, 4, 8, 7, 7 remaining, and we tie the open game. Now, we're still alive, because obviously closed is not game over. But let's move order. 1, 3, 2, 6, 9, 8, 5, 4, 7. And I guess we'll be playing against in a moment. Alright, so we'll be looking for that. This is round 1 of Piggy's Proving Grounds. I don't know if I said that because, you know, my brain's in great shape. Not that I think that game was bad. I think that was just a classic example of a player finding a really nice out that neutralized my play. And one of the reasons that L was good is because he didn't need to make a threat in 5 because he had the threat in 4. Right? He needed a threat in one of those squares. And he locked in a card and had the threat in 4, and also had nice, and my best way to block 4 set him up in 5. So, really well handled, really good L. And see if we can hopefully get first turn in the closed and make something happen. The open set has seen mostly ties so far. There have been, I guess, 3 ties, 2 decisive results. I forget what the tie rate is normally in open. Both games that were won in open were won on first turn, for whatever that's worth. Did we get first turn? We did not. I'll say best of luck in the chat. And hopefully survive second turn here. Alright, how's the hand? How did those 7-5-4-2s play together? I would guess not great, right? But depends on what kind of starter is done. In my experience, Zoom, at higher levels, when he starts with a corner starter, he usually starts with a half-strong corner and has the same wall on the weaker side. He really likes those starters. That's not available on level 4, so I don't have a good feel for how he tends to handle starters on this kind of set. Alright, he goes strong. Do we have that covered nicely? No, but we do have 4 really well covered. So if I can cover 2 nicely, I have serious threats. And I have 4 covered exactly how I'd want it covered, right? It is a combo, but it also is a neutral number, meaning I'm not walking into combos on the backside. So it would be really nice to have some play in 2 of similar value. I could play 5-3, 5-6, and 5. That sets up 7-5-4-2 and 2. What about if I go in 3? 5-3, 5-6 can't be set up. 7-2-4-5 can't be set up in 3. 6-5-5-2 would need a 4 to the left. I don't have it. 4-6-4-6 would need a 7 to the left. I don't have it. 7-5-4-2 would need a 4 to the left. I don't have it. So if I want to set up there, I have to play 5. 5-3, 5-6 and 4-6-4-6 both set up a card in 2. If I do it with 4-6-4-6, I'm not sure if I'm going to be over-reliant on 6-5-2-5 or that having it on one card is useful. I usually tend to think it's useful. I don't like that both of them have a higher number facing left than 6-5-5-2 has facing right, because it means I am potentially vulnerable to combos later. I also don't like that I can't, it's hard for, I do have some play. The 4-6-4-6 makes the 5-3-5-6 on the right play kind of nicely against 5s and 7s that are pretty common. So maybe I should start with the 4-6-4-6. I could also just play far corner and make them put the card in 5. But they might play an adjacent corner or something else. No, I think I want access, and this is the access I want. Because their corner is high numbers facing out, so it might be also hard for them to play next to it. As we can see, level 4 cards, you know, some have 7s, some don't. It might be difficult for them to interact near their own starter. All right. Sadly, we have no play in 6. We do have play in 8. So 6 is just a bad square for me. The question is, do I get rid of it or not? I do not want to play in 6 and have them play in 8 and flip nothing. I think that would be just so painful for me, right? Because I would be incredibly vulnerable to combos and they wouldn't. On the other hand, if they don't flip 5, it's often because it will be a side-to-side card, and I can plus wall leftward 7s, but nothing else. So I'm not that excited about forcing them to go 8. If I'm going to go 8, how would I do it? Probably 7-5-4-2. Try to force them to occupy 6. And then maybe play 7-2-4-5 in 7. And hope that they don't have captures in 4. It's so easy to have 1 gaps, though. And that's just, plus by any 1 gap. I want 6 gone. Right, 6 is the worst square for me. Though 8's not great either. I want 6 and 8 gone. I want 2 and 4 to remain. I want to go in one of 6 or 8 with a follow-up. I think I want to force a card out of their hand on the off chance that their best card for 6 is also a card that is good for 2 or 4. This is also something with a 2 to the left that I can potentially block in on a future turn. I think my equity right now is pretty low. I really like being able to slide around cards in 5, but the thing about corner starters is they're not putting the card in 5, you are. Now, I often find, as the first turn player in these kind of setups, that my cards can be overworked, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to say, if you happen to have different cards, or like the same card for 6 as hits 1 of 2 or 4, it can be tough to play here, right? If you have like a 3-5-6-6, and that is your card for both 2 and 6, where do you go, right? Because you're going to have to commit it to one of them. And, well, there's not particular reason to think it would be the same, but if they have a 4-4-6-6, right, that's their card for 4 and 6. So I find sometimes you just run out of the cards you need. And that's what I'm hoping to achieve here. I think the most likely continuation is they go 6, I go 7-2-4-5 and 7, they go 3, and that's why I think this position is so bad for me, because I do not have a good reply to 3. Because I would love to go in 2, capturing 3, but not flipping 1, and I'm just not going to have the tools to do so. I also cannot slide in 4, right? I'm vulnerable to my card in 5 if I go in 4. So what I really need is I go in 7, they go in 3 with a 6 to the left, because then my 5-3-5-6 can deal with it. And then I might be in okay shape. I would also, if them going in 6 has to flip 5, that is good for me, because I can be a little more careful about 5, right? I could then, if I go 7, they go 3, I could go 4 flipping 1, and if they just can't recapture that, I get my tie. But we do need to see what card they would have intended to recapture with, because I don't think Zoom plays corner starters that he just can't take back. I look back at a close game I played against Villalva, and he started this strong corner starter, and I made a call at the end of the game, assuming you played this strong corner, you must be able to recapture it, and you haven't shown how, and he just didn't have a way. And I was thoroughly thrown off by that. But really important thing to remember is that the signals from Villalva are different than the signals I expect from other players. I think looking at Zoom's closed games, we should expect him to have the captures. And he has not yet shown a capture either way. It is impossible, at least in his initial hand. After a move in 5, it is possible he has one card for both squares. But it is impossible to have one card for both squares on level 4. Right? Because he has to be able to plus wall to take the 7, which means he needs a 4 up and a 7 left, or a 3 up and a 6 left, or a 2 up and a 5 left, and that card can never also take the 6. So at least at the start, he can't have the same card for both squares. So as long as I don't happen to set up one of his cards to have both squares, we can hopefully see which one he plays and force him to occupy the other. And if it ends up having been set up for that other square, okay, we lose, but I think it is the best way to guess. The other way to guess is if somehow 5 never flips, and we see he used the card for 4 but not the card for 2, we might still go in 2 if... this isn't going to make much sense, but we could play in the square that we know he has the capture back on the starter, because that card often won't have any other captures. And I don't think that will apply here, but it can sometimes be the case. Okay, so that was their capture card for 2. And notably, it was also a really good card for 4. So it is possible we have gotten something valuable out of their hand. Now what? Well, the 7 plan is garbage, I think, because if we go 7, if we go 7 and they go 4, then and they take, they're up 6-4, I have to play something in 3 to make it 5-5, and then all they need is like any capture, and it's very easy to have a capture there. If we start in 6, 7, 2, 4, 5, and they can capture it, we just kind of lose because they'll be able to capture the 2 at the end. So maybe actually we have to start 7. Now, if we have 6, then 4 can be scary for them to go in. So they might go in 1. And if they go in 1, we get to play 4 ourselves and we're good. So the question is, are they more likely to go in 4 or 1? Because if we play 7, 2, 4, 5, and 7, and they go in 1, we've survived. If we start in 3 and they take anything, we just lose on the spot. If we start in 6 and they take us, we lose. But if they don't take us, we probably still lose, right? If we play in 6 and they play in 3 and don't flip it, what am I doing next turn, right? I'm probably playing 6, 5, 5, 2, and 4, and sure, they need the double capture to win, but the 2 is pretty free, and they've got to have a high number facing up, right? Because they use 4, 4, 4, 7, which is good for both 2 and 4, but they must have had a high value up anyway, right? We know they have something with high up facing. And that makes the move in 7 really difficult, because if they can capture it, then I have to go in 3, and their high up facing will get them a capture. And we know they have a threat in 6. If I start in 4, I can go up 6-4, they double capture, I have to go 3, and then we know they must have the recapture for 9, right? I don't think he'd have played that without a recapture. So I think I have to go 7 and hope he doesn't have it and lets me go 4. But because I don't have 6, and because I don't really have good play in 2, I did not set up much synergy with my move in 5, which maybe means I shouldn't have gone in 5, because this wasn't great synergy. I think I'm in a huge amount of trouble here. Close second turn's hard, but I think there's a decent chance he goes in 3. Like, it's easy looking at my hand to think, oh, it's so easy to have 4, but maybe it is. But if he doesn't have 4, then honestly, he should actually go 4 anyway, but he doesn't know my hand. So if he goes 4, I probably lose like 7-3, but if he goes 3, I survive. And so I think this was the best chance. And I'm supposed to be elsewhere, so I hope. All right, well, we had the same card. All right. Now, he must have a card for 6, but I have to play a move that has the potential to tie. But this isn't going to be a tie, and Zoom will take the win. Alrighty. Did we get it? We did get it. Ah, it was the 4466. It was the card I called earlier. Yeah, I don't think I had any way to survive this. Ah, good game. And we'll call it there. Cheers.